Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is speaking there live right now. These are live pictures from the Canadian province of Quebec, where Mark Carney has been talking. Now, we can bring in Nelson Wiseman, a Professor Emeritus rather, at the University of Toronto's Department of Political Science, just to drill down more into the politics of all of this. Thank you so much indeed for joining us, Professor. As we've just been saying, Mark Carney speaking right now. He does not seem to be bluffing and clearly means to take a tough line with the US. Can you tell us more about why the Prime Minister does feel so emboldened, why he feels he really has the country behind him? He has a mandate not to give in to the US President, to keep pushing hard with these talks.
Yes, indeed. It's interesting you raise the issue of having a mandate. A poll that just recently came out indicated that 77% of the public supports Carney's decision. In contrast, you look at the United States and Donald Trump's popularity, it's the highest disapproval rating we've seen for a president, I don't know, in decades. So their political status is different. I should say, you're absolutely right about Carney's. Well, I would talk about Carney's credentials. Not only was he governor of the Bank of Canada, he was governor of the Bank of England, the first person not born in England who actually had that job. And one of the reasons he got it is because when we had the financial crisis in 2007, 2008, 2009, Canada went through that with less damage than any other G7 country. And in terms of an economic war here between Canada and the US, and I'm fairly sanguine this is going to get resolved, because Carney and Trump, Carney speaks to Trump more, or let me put it this way, Trump speaks to Carney more than he does with any other foreign leader. And my source is Anthony Scaramucci, who used to be Trump's communications person. Now, when we compare Canada and the US, there are other things where Canada is stronger. For example, in the G7, Canada is in the best fiscal position compared to according to the IMF, compared to its peers in the G7. In contrast, in the United States, we saw that last week they are now $40 trillion in debt. And that's having an effect on bond markets. Indeed, interest rates now on 10-year bonds in Canada and the U.S., well, they're lower in Canada than they are in the U.S. That's unusual. So, but I don't want to underestimate how punishing these American tariffs are in Canada, because 72% of all exports from Canada go to the United States.
All right, well, we'll have to leave it there. We're out of time, I'm afraid, but really wonderful to get your initial reaction, some analysis to this latest development in the US-Canada trade war, as we just heard from the Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney. Nelson Wiseman, Professor Emeritus at the University of Toronto's Department of Political Science, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today.